This is the most distressing story about animals. What happened?
Well, Greta, all I know is I was at Penn State last night doing a speech, 10 o'clock. I had 18 messages on my phone. I was going to come back home and get home at 4 in the morning. I thought something was wrong with my family. I hear this story. I don't believe it. I get here at 5 o'clock in the morning. I hear that right now that the sheriff had to order that the animals be shot. And what happened, Greta, because people don't understand, from Australia to England, calling me, wanting to know why I supported the sheriff. Greta, if you see behind me, you'll see a grizzly bear there. Picture 3 or 4 grizzlies, picture 18 Bengal tigers, picture lions, leopards, all coming down. The man obviously was depressed. He went in there, opened up all the cages, shot himself. The animals went free. Darkness was within 45 minutes. We only had 4 tranquilizer guns with 30, 40-something animals coming down through the fields there, getting ready to just go out in the public. Can you imagine what would happen this morning if he hadn't made that quick decision that he had to take the animals down? There was no decision. You can't tranquilize an animal, Greta, in the dark. It doesn't work that way. It takes 4 to 8 minutes when you tranquilize an animal. So what do? Tell the veterinarian to go over in the dark and make sure you check the animal, or the sheriff? Today we tried, Greta, to save a tiger, a big tiger. It was in the grass about 3 o'clock this afternoon. The vet got within 20 feet, shot the tiger. The tiger came right for the vet, turned like this, and thank goodness someone was there and the animal was taken out. What happened here today, Greta, no human life was lost. It's amazing. It's probably one of the largest escapes of animals in the history of our country. And it was, I'll sit there and look at what's left there on the ground, 18 tigers, like you said, and I still will never forget that sight as long as I ever live.
Jack, you know, I've been to the Columbus Zoo a number of times. It's a beautiful place. You can eat off the ground. The animals are happy. They're healthy. It's an absolutely magnificent place. What I don't understand is, why did this guy, why in the world could he ever even have these animals? Where did he get these animals?
Right. Okay, what we have in Ohio, Greta, are some auctions here. The laws were not stringent enough here, all right? We have auctions here where people can go up and buy a tiger, buy a cobra, whatever. These auctions, I was with the governor for a half an hour in meeting today with 12 other people. Yes, Governor Strickland had a bill that was going to be a bill enacted. He signed this bill right before he left office. But the one thing forgot here was, who enforces the bill? What's the legality of the bill? Where do these animals go? Let's say I went to this man's house a month ago and I saw this and I said, okay, let's all go in and take the animals. Where do I take 55 animals? Tigers, 18 of them, lions, leopards. The Columbus Zoo, you saw the zoo here. We're one of the largest zoos in North America. Where do I put these animals? Now we've figured out in meetings the last 4 months, we've had meetings. We're about 6 weeks away from coming up with this law. Obviously, this happened. Now it's on the front burner. We'll use the wilds, which you haven't been there yet. You're going to come there this summer, I hope. 10,000 acres we have. We'll take some of that and make some homes for these animals, temporary housing. So when we go in here and find people that do what he did, these animals will be taken. We cannot do the people, though, Greta, that breed these animals for a good purpose. They're good people. They spend tens of thousands of dollars. Like you said, you can eat off the floor of these places. We can't lose the private breeder that really means well. Let's put it that way. But these other people, let them know very quickly now. They'll be inspected here in the next few months probably. And if they're doing what this guy did, these animals will be taken. And that's what we're going to do. And take them to the wilds where they'll have a home. Right here you have a grizzly bear. So you can imagine, look at the size of this bear behind me here. Can you imagine 3 or 4 of those coming down the road last night if something hadn't been done? But that is a beautiful bear. That's the grizzly bear, the big brown bear. That thing weighs about 800 or 900 pounds. Look at this magnificent creature here. This habitat, Greta, what you were saying, cost over $2.5 million. This one, the polar bears, were $20 million. So what we have here, this is what you want if you have animals, Greta. You can't just take a little old chain link fence and put these creatures in there like that. That's not what you do. You can buy a grizzly, let's say, for $500. It's going to cost you $500,000 to build the correct habitat. And that's what people don't get.
Does that bear have a name, Jack?